You might actually, I've been saying I don't lean too much toward a short squeeze, and this is a start, but this isn't really a short squeeze. I mean, we just barely made a 52-week high. It could be the start of it, right? I guess that's what people are excited about. I mean, we still trade below cash, right? So, but anyway, it's a huge step in the right direction because now the market's pricing in this, it's starting to price in, I mean, it's up. You know what I mean? It's always red all this time, and so the market's like starting to pay attention. That's important. And look at this volume, huh? 37 million? God, jeez. It's actually not that crazy a volume, though. If you check this. Oh, that's crazy. What I had up earlier was the weekly. I think I had the weekly. I said, it's not that much on the week. And then it's like, oh, today's Monday. Okay, that's crazy. I thought I was going to say 37 million. So they got up there a bit in the past, back in June when they sold off after wow, they almost had as much volume as when they cut the dividend. Interesting. Ton of volume, right? So we saw how much Cohen was buying back today. We saw that right here, bought back about 415. And could the company have been buying back today? That's not. They could have been. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of liquidity to have exhausted that authorization. Again, I still lean toward that into it, but I'm just saying, if you're talking about short squeeze, you need to be focused on that type of a thing. And so that'll be interesting. What do we got? We're 7 business days away now. Wow. Okay. But now it's trading up after hours. I don't pay much attention to the after hours. Whatever. Who cares? I've just seen it. I mean, you like to see it up. But it's a lot of noise. How much is what I do is to check after hours. I'll do Nasdaq, GME. That's where I can see the after hours, the volume and stuff like that. Again, I don't pay too much attention to it, but I want to see how much volume. It's not that much. 405,000. I mean, it's something, but it's don't overweight this type of a thing. It's not worth it. Okay, so that's that. But, geez, yeah, so what else did I say? What was I saying in the tweet? No, sorry, I'm trying to remember. Was there something else I wanted to touch on? Oh, yeah, I mentioned if they did do share repurchases, all that stuff. Oh, yeah, just trying to have some fun, you know what I mean? Okay, so we'll see. So there were some articles. This is what I was going to show. There's some articles today. This is a step in the right direction. People talk about, there was a Barron's article, The Street. I mean, I was focused more on the Barron's and Bloomberg. So legit things. It's a step. I'd like to see a bit more. Market watch this one too. It will be big if he starts doing media rounds. If he starts talking about his position, which you wouldn't expect until he's probably fully built his stake. But I'm excited for that. I really want to see what he has to say because you see see my tweets over the weekend, like and we watched these videos during the stream. Oh, I had it open. I must have closed it out. Like we won't watch these videos again today. But I was walking through, like you replace that word pet with gaming. How is it not the same thing? Like it's a bit absurd how much overlap there is between these two, between his playbooks for the companies. It's silly. It's silly. So it doesn't mean it's going to work out, but. Again, it's traded so cheaply relative to what fair value looks like it could be, and a sentiment is so heavy and negative that someone like this, and it sounds like it might be picking up, that someone like this, it could change people's thinking, and then people start viewing him through a different light. And so my expectation is that this is just the beginning. I mean, I think this is just the beginning. And he clearly bought more, and the market's maybe reacted a little bit to that. Look at this chart. I mean, I mentioned that in the video too. Look, it's getting stopped out. We're doing a test, technical analysis testing, right? That's getting stopped out right around this. It made a new 52-week high today, but it's getting paused right there. Nothing. That's okay. That's kind of healthy. It's look at the overbought. It's overbought on the daily by the most it's ever been in this. What is this? 1.5 years? 1.5. And bullish. It's weird saying the GameStop chart is so bullish, right? Like undeniably bullish. Who's gonna look at this and tell me it's not bullish? I'll tell you who. People who go like this. It ain't that bullish because they pull up the monthly. Monthly still doesn't look that great, but it's turning around. Like we're right there. We're like one more big up move. Like you need to break above 7, a clean break above 7, and just start running. Then forget about it. Like then you get the technical analysts on, and they'll be piling on. Then you just need kind of management to. If they pull off something on earnings. I'm not saying that they will. I don't know. But some unexpected announcement. We got the sale leaseback. Maybe, like originally, I wasn't thinking the stock might trade up on the sale leaseback news. But maybe with these new rose-colored glasses, if people have them on, it will. And they go, oh, we didn't expect him to have that much more cash, or I don't want to get too hung up on the share buybacks, but it's definitely something you got to pay attention to. But if they mention the share buybacks, the sale leaseback, maybe if it's more than people they expected, or maybe if the quarterly earnings is better than people are pricing in, maybe people are expecting a hugely negative quarter, but if it just turns out not to be that bad, now you start. This is the thing. This is why I've long felt, not long felt. I mean, I'm somewhat new to technical analysis, but what makes sense to me is that it's like a manifestation of people's sentiment and stuff. And pretty much every time GameStop comes up with the news or whatever it is, the market almost always perceives it as negative. The one time it perceived something as positive back in March, it sold off that same day or the next day and then made a new low. But what happens is, as time passes, just the sheer passage of time, and of course the fundamental events unfolding positively as they have been. How much do we keep on talking about this on the stream? Then investors start viewing it differently. They just start viewing, you know what, this quarter wasn't that bad. Sale leaseback, that's a lot of cash. Whereas we've been talking about this on the stream, not that much, but we've all been, a lot of people generally following GameStop have been talking about it. And now it's like, but now the market cares. And so maybe Cohen is going to be could be that catalyst. So we'll see. Let's see some follow through and everything, but I'm really encouraged by what I've seen so far. His decision to buy more today. I'm curious about what his plan here is, if he's going to buy more and stuff. I don't want to get too hung up on that because it's just his involvement, and it seems like he's probably in it for the long term. But we'll see what he has to say about it. But geez, if this break above 7 tomorrow and like holds, and then holds for the week, and then he starts doing the rounds, and then you get earnings. Like this could be. I mean, I mentioned in the video, could be explosive. We're nowhere close to that yet, but 37 million shares, crazy. Huh? How high did it get up to today? 715. What are the shorts going to do? What are they? That's the thing. You need a little bit of time. You need people to buy into the new narrative. You need people to buy into GameStop's new long-term outlook, because then you don't have as many people selling on the way up. I think I mentioned that on Friday. If everyone's still bearish about its long-term outlook, people will sell on the way up, and then the shorts will be able to close their positions and stuff. But really, this is beyond my expertise. I don't. These types of market mechanics, like maybe those funds, the large funds that own so many shares, wouldn't they be buying more of the stock as it rises, not selling, and then naked shorts and stuff? I don't really know, but it has so many. Oh, I think, you know what I saw today? Market Watch GameStop. I'll go to Market Watch to get the latest short interest. I think it's ahead of Yahoo Finance by a day. So we just got it today or the past couple days, but 55 million short on August 14th. Now 37 million shares traded today. We'll be curious to see what the updated short interest that we get in like 2 weeks or so will kind of coincide. No, it'll be a little bit after earnings. It'll be a week after earnings we get it. But yeah, wow. That's what I'm saying. If they bought back shares and there are 40 million shares and Cohen owns 15% of the company, and then he gets signed on STM. I really don't know. I don't know. But is there anyone who would rather be short in this position? That's how you got to think about it. Like, you're insane to be short at this. How can you be short? I really don't understand. It's just so risky. It's just a risky position, and that should give you comfort as a long. When the other position looks like it's just crazy risky, and you're like, what is that? What are they thinking? That's how I kind of feel about this situation. Which obviously, people invested in GameStop probably in it for a longer term. I doubt longer term investors were trimming today. This may very well just be the start, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh, the weekly. I wanted to check this. So the weekly, we're right in the same place. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting close. We're right there, and a couple more articles. Cohen buys a bit more. I mean, could they be making a move to buy out everything? I don't think so. But it's possible. So you don't want to rule that out. Remember, I didn't mention this on the stream, and I realized after one of the new members of the board is a Chewy CEO. I mentioned that in the tweet, but I missed it on the stream. We just didn't get to it. You know what I mean? I just had forgotten. Most people were focused on Reggie, myself included. But the Chewy CEO, PetSmart CEO, was on the board and applauded. Everyone was happy to have. Was it Joe? I forget his name. What was his name? I forget the name. happy to have him join the board. And then now these two teamed up. So it could be something going on there. I have no idea what it is. And quite frankly, I don't really care right now. What doesn't matter? What matters right now is that our conviction in the stock, which is a benefit of having held it, in my case, for quite a while, and for many value investors' case for quite a while, because you understand what it's worth. And it's nice to have an update just because it means like maybe the market's paying attention. But you're not making any moves today. If anything, you're buying more because now it's not a recommendation, right? Obviously, you know that in the channel. But that would be the move if between the two. Because there's not even a need to trim unless you're a day trader, which isn't what this stream is about, which isn't my investment style. Okay, so the weekly, it's not quite overbought on the weekly. Let's see what happens this week, though. It's nuts. Okay, what else? I feel like I put a lot of my stuff in the tweet. Did I have anything new? I guess not. 9%, 15%. I guess that's about it. What else is there to say? What's interesting about this? What's interesting about this is like not much has happened yet, right? It's an update. But you can see a little bit of people's commentary out there. It's still real early, but doesn't it kind of feel like it could be the start of sentiment shifting a bit? And I've even heard some people mention like it could be like maybe they're about to stage this major turnaround. Isn't that funny that we could even be talking about that right now when all that's changed is a single 13D filing? Well, now 13D filings, but it's bananas that a single 13D filing could start at least people talking about this other pathway. But that's the nature of GameStop because it's such heavy sentiment and it's so undervalued that you just need people to just view it differently, and then it go boom, 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 boom. And then if he does get involved, and this isn't a forecast or anything like that, but if someone is in it to change things up over the long-term future, then you're getting into like a legitimate case for. It's too early to say this, but you're making a legitimate case for not just a cigar butt or a roach, right? Nothing like that. Nothing like these things, huh? What you're making a case for is a potential 5-bagger, 10-bagger down the line, because remember they bought back so many shares that even at $50, it's not a forecast. I'm not saying that that's a likely outcome at this stage, but $50 isn't even that crazy. $50 times 40 is a $2 billion market cap. If they bought back shares, $2 billion, that's nothing. A $2 billion market cap for being the premier venue for a gaming experience, that ain't shit. It used to trade at like a $6-7 billion market cap, and it would make sense that it'd be a smaller company, but you know what I mean? Even $100 share price, if they bought back the shares, then you're at what, $4 billion? It's not crazy, but I'm not weighing that heavily right now. But when you're taking the weighted average probability of things, you at least need to take that into consideration. Same goes for on the downside, right? What's the likelihood of